Penley Estate with these lovely ladies.
Where are we?
Penley Estate.
No, where are we?
In Kunawara.
Oh, much better.
Exactly, we are in the southeast.
We are.
And my name is Kate Goodman. I am the senior winemaker here at Penley Estate.
My name is Hansen. I'm a winemaker here at Penley Estate.
Great, let's get started.
So we've had a look at our Phoenix Cabernet, which sits in our mythology range. We've had a look at two of our project wines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now we're moving into what we call our heritage range. So these are a different sort of series that, you know, are still come from the estate. But yeah, just there's a different feel, I guess to them. Yeah.
Are we talking next level up?
Yeah, probably
price range and things like that. Yep.
Sort of around the $30 retail. So we've sort of moved.
Well, still an absolute
up,
steal.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay, so only specific fruit goes into this?
that's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yes.
Yep.
All right, let's...
It's a straight one blend. Look at the colour of that, a lot deeper.
I've got a question straight away before we even... How does a Kunawara Shiraz differ from other wine regions? What's the difference between a Kunawara Shiraz? Is it lighter? Is it...
If you think about Kunawara is a cool region.
Yeah.
So we get lots of spice. Tend to get a lot of spice sort of notes in a cooler growing region. Medium framed. We tend to have quite a lot of energy and brightness in our Shiraz.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look at the colour of that. That's beautiful.
More fragrant and elegant, and
That's right,
medium
elegant.
bodied.
Elegant.
Ooh,
Great description.
It's coming up a lot, isn't it? Elegant.
it is. We're going to have to incorporate
Just
that
like,
one.
just like our guests. Just like our guests. Yeah. Nice little prompt. Yeah, just like our guests.
Oh, that smells amazing.
What are you smelling?
A little bit of more of like a black curranty tone there, like a little bit deeper in the fruit tones, but definitely a little heavier in the fruit, not as light and fruity as some of the others. So got that Shiraz tint to it. Let's have a look.
Wow.
How do we feel about that?
Oh, it's a very different taste. Very, very, very fruity.
We don't like to hide where our wines have come from.
No?
Expressing vineyard and not masking that quality fruit with winemaking artifact is actually really important to a lot of what we do. So if our viticulturist Hans can grow perfect grapes, why should we belt them with too much oak or too much tannin or leave them in barrel for too long? Because we actually want you to see what this piece of dirt can produce.
We should probably talk Hans up while we've got the opportunity to, because he is pretty talented, isn't he?
Hans is awesome.
Yeah.
Love Hans.
And the fruit that he provides.
Oh, wow.
Really talented viticulturalist.
Yeah. Geologist as well?
Yeah, yes. So
Yeah.
really
Jack
understands
of all trades. Yep.
the soil that we...
And very important here as well, isn't it?
Absolutely. Super passionate about producing the best grapes he can off our piece of dirt.
Yeah. Which obviously makes your job a lot.
A lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, it just makes the wine better, doesn't it? The quality of fruit. And this year, I'm guessing I haven't seen a winemaker not smiling this year, so no matter what region you come from. So I'm guessing this year is going to be something pretty special.
There's some pretty exciting bits and pieces in the winery already.
Yeah.
Early days.
Early
Don't
days,
want
yeah.
to, you know,
Don't want to jinx
jump
it.
shark. Is that the same?
Touch wood.
Don't want to go out too hard too early, but it's exciting.
And where does Shiraz sit on your girls? Is it one of your favourite varieties to drink? Or is it...
You can answer that one.
it's probably not what I reach for first,
Yep.
but I find myself, you know, really constantly surprised by Kunawara Shiraz. You know, I'll often go straight to the Cabernet first, but then, you know, the days that I do choose to open a Shiraz, it's constantly surprising.
Pleasantly surprising?
Yeah, pleasantly surprising, yes.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
It is very different. And obviously, I'm relating it back to McLaren Vale Shiraz. The Riverland actually makes a very different Shiraz too, and I was quietly surprised when we went there and did a tour of there of how good their actual wine was too. But they've got their own unique, and it was a lot lighter than what we used to as well. And this obviously is a little bit lighter as well, probably not as light as theirs, but in between the two. But the fruit that's popping from this is amazing.
Beautiful.
And that's the thing, I guess if I go for Shiraz, it tends to be from a cooler climate rather than a warmer region,
Okay.
where perhaps the alcohol may be a little bit more restrained
Yeah.
and the fruit is more bountiful, I guess. So you
Find
know,
it not as heavy.
not
in
as
that
heavy,
way?
exactly. And these are medium-bodied,
Yeah.
savoury
They are.
profile
Yeah.
wines.
And to that, just obviously for myself who likes a lighter style wine, is perfect. Whereas there's people out there who just want as heavy as they can possibly
Exactly.
get.
Yeah. And I, again, won't jump for the Shiraz straight away like yourself. I'll tend to go for something a little bit smoother, but this is
Having said that,
Going down
I would go
easy.
for something like this
Yeah.
straight away,
Yeah.
where it's a lot easier to drink.
exactly. Once you know that flavour's in there and the taste of that and how beautifully it sits, I would definitely jump for a bottle of Shiraz like that. Yeah.
We do tend to make wines that we prefer to drink.
And, fair
And
enough.
Yeah,
you think about how the wine market is evolving and what people are wanting to drink. It is a more refreshing medium body, but still full of flavour.
Yeah.
You're not
style.
losing the flavour. Yeah.
I think the days of the big, massive red wine, sure they work for some people and they are a valid style. It's not necessarily what we're chasing here.
No. And it also depends on what fruit you've got too, doesn't it?
Yes.
True.
And obviously those varieties, those big, strong Shirazes left on the vine longer, usually.
Yes.
And so do we pick this earlier or... Yeah,
As early as we can,
as
Okay.
early as we
Okay.
can.
without it being green.
And does Hans
Yeah.
actually tell you when it's ready?
No.
No? You go for
He might suggest,
yeah.
but
But that's all on you.
it's all got to do with how it tastes.
Girls
Yeah.
come and have a
Yeah.
taste. I reckon
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is pretty close.
And
Yeah.
we spent a lot of hours walking up and down the rows, getting our steps up.
Yeah.
Beating that quota
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
step count
Easily.
definitely spikes.
Yeah, get it
But
done.
it's the most important decision, I think, in the whole winemaking process is the day you decide to pick.
Yeah.
We're
Really big
we're
factor.
really starting to learn that, and it's
Yeah.
more and more the winemakers are having that final decision of when we're picking this tonight. It's perfect.
I've noticed a difference in the bottle label. So you're doing that by range. So is that to do with the different ranges and the different histories in those wines, or?
So all of our heritage range labels have been designed by a Spanish artist who we found through Instagram when we found her artwork and liked it and got in touch with her and asked if she'd be interested in us commissioning her to do a series of designs.
Right.
So it's a woman named Helena Perez Garcia who actually lives in London, and she has done all of these beautiful, bright.
Oh, vibrant,
Paintings.
eye-catching bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, very different to your sort of Phoenix blend and things like
Exactly.
that. So, fantastic.
Perfect for the table because they're just beautiful.
They do look good, don't they?
Well,
And
I'm
they taste good.
really surprised. What are we going to pair with it, food-wise?
We're going to have some gnocchi.
Some gnocchi.
We're going a little Italian here with the
Yes.
Shiraz. Okay. So we have some gnocchi here. Thank you very much.
So
Oh,
gnocchi
wow, look
with
at
some
that.
nice autumn mushrooms.
Wow,
Oh, it smells delicious.
it does.
Does look pretty
Oh
good,
my
doesn't it?
gosh.
You've been driving around the region, you would have seen that there's pine forests everywhere. Pine
Yes.
forests mean pine mushrooms.
Right,
So this also has pine mushrooms which are in season at the moment.
right. So local?
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, so-
Close to local.
no, but no, but they're in season. So what's inspired this food pairing?
The season.
The season? Yeah.
It is autumn. Pine mushrooms, or it is mushrooming season if you like to go out into the forest to forage
away. Yeah.
for your own mushrooms.
Right.
And I think gnocchi is one of the most comforting meals. I love making it. I love eating it, and just to have that really rich sort of broth-based sauce with seasonal mushrooms, I think is a really great match for our Highland Shiraz.
All right, let's have a crack. Go for it, guys.
Shall we? Have a little sip, a little taste.
While you guys have a little taste, I'll just remind everybody that these amazing wines are up for grabs. All they have to do is comment. Maybe comment on how good the food looks, or how much they love foraging for mushrooms. Not those sort of mushrooms, but proper
Take
mushrooms.
care.
Yeah, be careful. But it looks superb. It smells great, doesn't it? And it's really, I just know it's going to enhance the flavour of the wine. Jade?
Oh, I'm getting over the flavour of that gnocchi. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay.
The food was too good.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, so are we looking for a big change in the taste of the wine from the food?
No, a complimentary.
Yeah, it hasn't altered it that much, but it definitely gives that full wintry meal vibe. You dip Shiraz and then your gnocchi as well. That's really, really nice.
Really nice.
Complements beautifully, but doesn't take away from anything.
Yeah. Really nice warming dish as the seasons
That's
are cooling
it.
down.
Talk about, warm the cockles of your heart. That's gorgeous.
Oh, that's superb, isn't it?
Isn't it?
You can just be sitting by the open fire, middle of winter, or autumn, either or, and a nice glass of Shiraz.
Some locally foraged mushrooms.
Oh, and some mushrooms you collected during the day while you're foraging?
Very complimentary to each other, the wine and the food.
Speaking
There's
of compliments to the chef.
fighting.
That is absolutely
Compliments. Who did whip this up?
So this dish was lovingly made for us by the team at the Salopian Inn, which is a restaurant in McLaren Vale. Yeah,
wow.
it's the one that we're really close to, and we really enjoy going there.
We do.
Seasonal ingredients, beautiful produce, always used.
Yep.
Relative, I say simple in the right way, but food that hasn't been messed with too much, so you can still really taste the great flavours.
You know what I get?
Respecting their ingredients.
Yeah, really are.
When I go there, you eat some simple food, but it's never tasted that good. You can never cook it that well.
No, of course
You
not.
can-
God, no.
and
Bland at home and they do something else with
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Totally.
it is one of my favourite restaurants, and as good as the food is, the people are even nicer. So the service there is amazing as well. Even if your kids are crying and being pests, they're still very welcoming. And
Yeah.
now they remember who I am.
Yeah, I was about to say. Created a lasting memory there, have you?
Yeah, once or twice.
I'm actually going to have to delve into it a little bit more. That's absolutely beautiful.
It was. It is great.
You can really taste the butter and the salt and the herbs.
Yeah, that broth underneath is just delicious.
Yeah.
It's just
You
absolutely
know what,
gorgeous.
though? I think that as amazing as this wine is, I reckon this episode is probably better than most food shows that are on TV. We've had some
Talk
cracking
about
food,
eating
haven't we?
delicacies, haven't we?
I'm talking us up a little bit, but nothing wrong with that.
Started with Smith's chips and worked our way up. Fantastic. But every piece we've had has just complemented the food beautifully.
Excellent.
Yeah, that usually happens when the winemakers choose what's happening. But
It's true. Maybe we better trust them.
yeah. All right. Shiraz, Kunawara Shiraz.
That's it.
I'm a massive fan.
And also up for grabs.
Up for grabs. I'm not sure about that one.
You're taking it all home yourself.
Again,
Yeah.
No, excuse me, that has never happened. Well, it may have happened once. But I've got to share with Jane
that's it.
and the crew.
50-50,
Yeah.
thanks very much.
Sharing's caring.
True.
That's enough for everyone.
And why not share a nice bottle of red?
I'll tell you what, though.
Exactly.
My wife's favourite colour is aqua.
Oh.
She's actually known as Aqua Ange, so she would love that.
Partial to that bottle.
We
Nice.
might be able to find something for it.
Yeah, I reckon.
Take back for it.
Nice.
That would be nice, wouldn't it? I think she really loved that too. She's a bit similar to myself, doesn't like the massive wines, so I think she would really enjoy it. And gnocchi just happens to be, she's half Italian, her favourite food as well, so
There you go.
bad luck for her. At home looking after the kids while I'm here drinking beautiful wine, eating beautiful food.
That's it.
Again.
Happy day.
Really sucks to you, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Such a hard job, really
Yeah.
it is.
excellent. So
Life goes on.
it does.
That's it. That was absolutely fantastic.
I know. I'm looking forward to what are we gonna pair next?
Oh, I feel like the gnocchi could actually pair quite nicely with our Tolmer Cab Sav. Little Kunawara Cabernet.
And that's the other beautiful rose-coloured bottle.
It is, sits in the same heritage range as the Highland Shiraz.
Yep,
We'll see how that goes with the gnocchi as well, perhaps.
All right.
let's do it.
If you haven't checked us out, come on over to youtube.com/SA Wine Weekly. We have a collection of videos, including wine tastings, interviews with winemakers, and visits to amazing wineries. So join us and subscribe, like, and comment to win some amazing prizes.
So we're moving on to the next one that you ladies have produced. And it's Cabernet Sauvignon.
Correct.
In the heritage range?
Another one within
Another
our
vineyard.
heritage. It's our Tolmer Cabernet, 2019 Tolmer Cabernet.
Wow, look at that one.
You can do the honours.
do
You've
the
been
honours,
doing
yeah.
such a great job.
It's much
thank you.
easier this time.
Yeah?
Ooh,
Can't do
crack for
that,
the bottom.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I was
And then the
planning
roll
to-
up the
No,
arm.
no,
Oh,
You know.
I feel like I'll just end up with wine on my sleeve if I do that. So
this is
That's all
true. Better not be trying too fancy. Thank you very much.
So Tolmer, what's behind the name Tolmer?
So all of the wines within the heritage range have been named after somebody within the family tree,
Okay.
I guess.
Okay.
So the previous one that we had was our Highland Shiraz. So that goes back to the Penfold Highland branch of the family tree.
Right.
And the Tolmer was a cousin, I think.
really testing the memory.
Gosh, that's terrible. And he was the first police commissioner in South Australia.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
So,
okay. Bit of history. Yeah.
yes.
Right.
So again, label artwork designed by Helena Perez-Gus.
Again, that beautiful bottle.
Yeah.
Living in London?
Yes. 100% Cabernet. So another expression of what Cabernet Sauvignon can do, still from the same site, but just another version of what you can make from this grape variety.
There you go.
Okay, so same site but different fruit?
Yep.
Yes, a different block within the
Yeah.
vineyard and
So-
also made differently.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What's the process there?
So I guess if you compare this to the Phoenix Cabernet that we looked at earlier,
Right.
so our Tolmer will have perhaps more time on skins, but nowhere near as much time as the Project Egg.
Okay.
And it will get matured in large format barrels rather than, so 2,000 litre oak casks
Yep, so-
rather than 300 or 255 litre
Yeah.
barrels. So we're really trying to capture the fragrance that you can get with Cabernets, and if you think fragrance like all the purple flower sort of notes, but also a textural sort of feel to the tannin structure.
Right. So what sort of oak? New French oak or?
All French,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and maybe 20% new across the
Okay.
blend.
There's almost like a black curranty scent to that. That's really
For me, this is a standout for the smell of
for
it. Is,
the actual smell of
Yeah.
it. That's really doing something for me. Yeah.
It's one of my favourites in the Penley
yeah.
lineup.
It makes your mouth water
delicious.
before it's even touched the lips. So that's something different.
all right, there's no time like the present, I don't think.
Go
That's-
for gold.
Yeah.
More than welcome.
You can maybe talk it up a little bit while we have a taste.
Fantastic. Wow. So what are we expecting to taste when you hit something like this, when it's straight Cabernet?
Ooh, straight Cabernet. Cassis, maybe some lavender flower,
Okay.
bay
Oh, that's a good
leaf.
one. Lavender flower.
Lavender flower. Put that in your notebook.
Licorice, but licorice all sorts, where you're starting to get.
Oh,
Oh,
now
that's
you're
sweeter licorice rather
you're
than
talking.
full aniseed taste. Right,
So there's
right.
just, you can still see the berry fruits.
Okay.
But there's the licorice notes sort of
Oh,
in
yeah.
there.
You
layered
had
in.
me at licorice all sorts. That was perfect.
Maybe that would be a good.
I was
fruit
going to
match.
say, where's our licorice all sorts?
Maybe even like a rhubarb type something
Yeah.
rather in there. It's a little more tart.
Rhubarb.
Yeah, that beautiful red fruit note.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is a lot different mouthfeel, and the tannin as well is a lot.
Completely different.
Yeah, but still, once again, and to Yogo's credit, it's not this massive, and sorry for the people who do love massive wines, but
That blow your socks off.
yeah. And I was worried about that. I was worried for you, not me, but I was worried about how strong, and when we saw the wine list, but these are just, as we
They
should say,
sit
elegant.
They are. They're elegant.
They
they're
are very,
smooth.
yeah.
And they don't take over. It's not so heavy.
That's really
This is next level. This is next level up, though.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
We like this wine a lot, don't
Yeah, we do.
Personal
we?
favourite?
Yeah, it's one of my favourites.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
I enjoy making it as well.
Okay. The fun behind making it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a really delicious, flavoursome, layered expression of Cabernet Sauvignon without it being big. You know?
Yeah.
And overpowering. Yeah.
I'm
yeah, it's
generally not good at one glass of wine with dinner, and I can
Oh,
have
who
two.
is?
Oh. Is there such a thing as one? Right.
You know, when
One
they're,
glass. Yeah.
There's no
People
such
can
thing
do
as-
that apparently.
Yeah.
There's
when
no
they're-
such thing as one in a row.
yeah, when they're massive,
Yeah.
and you know, when they're the bigger, bolder styles, I really struggle to have more than a glass
Yeah.
of those.
Yeah.
I
don't-
just find them quite filling.
I don't actually
Exactly.
like it.
Yeah, it's that filling thing where you think,
Yeah.
okay, one glass is enough, whereas you could grab multiple of this and still not be satisfied.
That's right.
Still keep reaching for the bottle.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, maybe even a magnum.
Well, there you go. A Magnum. Who wouldn't like a Magnum?
Oh, want a Magnum bottle of
Tolmer
that.
Cabernet.
I love the size of those bottles. It's so dangerous.
Can you hold it? Because I reckon that would,
Do you want to see
that would be really
do you want to
funny.
see the
That
scale?
would be. That
Up
would
against someone
it
like
would never
me.
look bigger,
That's
would it?
taking up half of my torso. That's almost all of my torso.
It's a pretty
That's
impressive
amazing.
bottle.
Yeah, I'd get through half of that and pass out. Yeah.
Or,
But you let it share
you know,
it.
half of it would be a bottle. So that's 2 bottles equivalent.
Equivalent in your magnum bottles.
How's that?
Okay.
How good the artwork looks
It's
on it too.
absolutely stunning, that. Yeah.
So that's going to be the special prize
That's
for the best
winner.
comment for the whole show.
They get a magnum bottle of this beautiful.
They'll have to come and pick it
Cabernet
up because the post will be ridiculous. They'll have to come and pick it up. But
You're going to have to turn it up a notch, guys, to win this magnum.
yeah, that's going to have to be some serious grovelling. I mean, good comments to actually win this.
Get creative.
Get
That's it.
creative. Well, you know what I might do? I might let you girls choose. Out of all the comments.
Experiment to the point of failure.
Yeah, well, you girls can choose who wins it because
I like that.
I'm sick of people whinging that I rig it and only people win it that I know. So,
Yeah, no more biased comments. It'll be,
yeah, the
why
best
not?
possible
Why not?
comment.
Why not? Let's do that.
And hopefully there's some real winemaker nerd out comments as well.
And they go all
I
out.
like those.
They go
The
all
ones
out.
that go straight over the top of my head, they're the ones I enjoy.
They're the ones.
Yeah. So winemakers out there that are watching, throw something out there that's difficult to answer.
That's it. And you get a magnum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want one of
Decision is final. No communication will be entered into.
Yeah, right.
those? So this lovely darling here, we're going to pair with the gnocchi as well.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yes.
we're pairing it, are we?
Oh, we're just drinking. You go ahead and drink the bottle while we pair.
Okay.
Well, that's the beauty of a well-balanced wine is that you can keep sipping on it on its own.
Yeah. I just think this food dish is so good. So,
It's absolutely delicious.
like, I think that it's going to be hard to top how well the Shiraz went with this. But I can see a little bit of a glint in the eye there, thinking, hang on.
The dark fruit in here, the tannin,
Textural
the butter.
tannin with the butter, yeah.
The tannin and the butter.
Apparently it complements well. Let's find out.
And if I was to go to the Salopian again next weekend, would I be able to get Penley wines there? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tolmer?
Yes, you would.
Again, doesn't take away from the flavour, but almost adds to it with this one.
And that's a win, isn't it?
It
It's a
really
definite
does.
win.
Yeah, it's bringing out a little bit more of the flavour of the wine. Oddly
The
enough, for
mushrooms, do you
something
think?
that's not, I think it's the mushrooms. Yeah. The other one didn't affect too much. It was just a beautiful compliment, whereas this is bringing out more flavours than I expected.
I'm going to have to disagree and say that I
Really?
really like the Shiraz with it more. This doesn't even need food. It's that good.
Oh, well,
Doesn't.
Maybe we need to bring back the
it's
chips.
beautiful.
The chips. Right, okay. Plain
Not
chips.
that it needs it, but I think it is a completely different taste. It really is.
You know what? Yeah.
Mind you, not that you need a pairing whenever you wines. They have just been absolutely beautiful all the way through. So, oh, here we go.
Hello.
Here we go.
Chips are back.
Oh, I'm going to go.
At her request,
Yeah.
See if that
go
works.
for a little
Doesn't
salt
really
and see
need
how
food.
that goes. Yep. No, absolutely beautiful. So is this one, what makes you bias and makes this one of your favourites?
The way it feels inside. The way it's got beautiful perfume, but for me it's got balance and texture and flavour that goes all the way through.
Superb
And
with the chips.
it's just, it's the complete package of a great expression of medium-bodied Cabernet.
Right.
It's approachable. So yeah.
Yeah.
in every
I'm going to have to
single
put
way.
that medium body in brackets because that's what's stood
It
out
really
for me
is.
today.
It really is. And the scent on this one is something else. It really is.
And probably Hans needs a bit of a cheers as
A
well.
shout
I
out
reckon,
for
because
this one.
the fruit
Definitely.
he's produced for this
Yeah.
is
Outstanding.
exquisite.
Okay.
Yep.
Very much outstanding.
Fantastic.
And cost-wise,
Around the $30 mark.
Ah, it's a steal.
It is a
Fantastic. So they're all within what we've tasted so far, have been what, your $20, $30 ranges. The whole lot is extremely affordable for the quality of the wine.
it's
The projects are a little bit
underpriced.
more. The projects are more sort of that 40, 50.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're
it's
small
still
batch.
completely
So.
affordable. And they're small batch, so limited edition. Get your hands on it quick.
I'm hanging out for the new one, the new project.
Oh, I bet you are.
Bit of inside information.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do that chip now. Now that you've raved
No,
about
you're
it
gonna
so
have to.
much. Now you've raved about
Yeah.
it so much, let's just do it.
Better have another little sip.
Yeah, you better.
Just to remind myself.
Just because you have to.
So, one quick question before we move on to the next one. How long, I don't reckon I probably could, but how long would you lay this down for?
You could easily put it away for 10 years. I
Yeah.
think you could probably put it away for a little more, but
Okay.
you know, that 5 to 10 year mark, I feel
Yeah.
like Cabernet really comes
Yeah,
into its
it's
own.
the same as the others sitting there at their
Yeah.
5 to 10, if you can last that
If you
long.
can. I
So-
really like the way it looks when it's young and you've got that beautiful, bright, fragrant fruit.
Right,
But,
right.
you know, if you are someone that prefers those more, you know, mature
Inclined to
secondary.
store?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That 5 to 10 year mark, I think it'd be a pretty good.
There you go. I'd struggle with that.
Yeah, me too.
Especially after popping that bottle
Oh.
and having it straight away. I think I'd be staring at that for 6 months and it'd be gone.
So, how would it differ if we were, like, let's say, what are we on here?
How does it
2012.
mature? Yeah.
If we were to taste the 2012, obviously the tannin's going to change in that amount of time.
The tannin is
gonna-
definitely softened.
Soften, yeah.
That really lovely bright fruit that you see here in the young 2019 might, you know, slowly fade away, but as that fades away, you'll get more secondary, you know, mushroomy cedar and cigar box.
Cigar
Ooh,
box.
see, I like that. Cigar box was another one in your little
It's one of my favourites. the cigar box.
keywords booklet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So does the colour tend to change or anything along with it?
Absolutely.
Does it
yeah.
deepen? Does it lighten? How does that work?
It probably changes in its, so when we look at this and it's got that really lovely bright pink,
Uh-huh,
almost
Yeah,
bordering
that
on
really
purple.
ruby purple.
Ruby,
yeah.
we're talking
Yep,
about that
yep.
probably just veers into more of a crimson red kind of shade.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then as they get really old, you know, they'll go into a more brown,
Real deep.
brick red
Yeah,
kind of.
so they just sort of get a little deeper with age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Have we ever entered this in the Provenance Award?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
I think you should.
I think I should then. That read my mind.
Not yet.
Maybe we should.
I think you should. Yeah.
Maybe we will.
So the Provenance Award, for people that don't know, is obviously, is it 10 years? Yeah, it's 10 years, isn't
Could
it?
be.
10 years of wines.
Depends on
The variety, yeah.
Okay.
The
variety
And the competition, yeah.
itself.
So
Yeah.
we were thinking about doing a Provenance show and getting a few people to submit some wines and then tasting. Well, wouldn't be us. We'd get some people who knew what I was talking about to actually taste them. But
It might be us.
I think it's well. We will do it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it as well.
Oh, we can't miss out.
Yeah, it's true. But we've got a couple who put their hand up from Langon Creek. So we might need one from the Kunawara.
I think so.
So
And this
hint,
could be in
hint,
the running.
hint. But yeah,
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Just pop that one in.
yeah, we'll just put that one from the Barossa and one from the Clarival, and we'll have a Provenance show.
That'd be
Well,
wonderful.
that'd be fun.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And I can't. I don't know. We're getting a little bit sidetracked, but I couldn't believe that white wines win the majority of the Provenance Awards.
It's an interesting thing, isn't it?
It is.
That's surprising. Yeah. You think there's more full-bodied flavour and more roundness and a little bit more to judge when it comes to a red, I think. But I think if your palate's that developed, then you're going to understand the difference between the whites and that as well. So
All right.
maybe it's just us. Maybe we just don't. We're not there yet. Our palate's not as refined.
Okay.
He says, necking the last
I was
of
agreeing
that.
with you. Yeah.
And you're right, not bad with the Smith Jets.
Oh, it's pretty good with the gnocchi too, but the Shiraz and the gnocchi just.
The winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
combo.
think that was the winning combo.
Yeah.
You're right.
Hang on, we got one more.
One more to go.
One more to
This
go.
one I'm excited
I
about.
know, I'm extremely excited about it.
We're
Let's get
very
into
lucky
it.
to have this
All
one.
right, let's do it.
All right.
If you haven't checked us out, come on over to youtube.com/SA Wine Weekly. We have a collection of videos, including wine tastings, interviews with winemakers, and visits to amazing wineries. So join us and subscribe, like, and comment to win some amazing prizes.
Okay, so
Here we go, we're on to something special. This is
yeah.
our last bottle.
do we have to finish?
I think we do, but we're finishing on something that's an echelon, which is above the rest.
Top of the range.
It is.
Top of the range. Okay, girls.
What do we have here?
Looks very.
Look at
ET,
that bottle. Look
very
at that
ET,
bottle.
Like
Hello. EOS.
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 Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
Okay.
This is
so-
what we can refer to as our high estate, or some of the best wines that we think we can make off the property. So we do a straight Cabernet, which is our Helios, which we're not showing you today. You'll have to come back another time for that.
Okay.
But today we are going to look at our EOS, which is our Shiraz Cabernet blend. So we're now back into that traditional Australian varietal blend.
Right. So, how much Shiraz? How much Cabernet?
It's probably 60-40 Shiraz Cabernet.
Does it differ from year to year?
It does. It's blended purely on taste and balance. It's not just a numbers game. It's the amount that works
To the actual year and
to
the
make
actual
everything
harvest.
sort of
Right.
complete and sit perfectly together.
Yeah, and we both sit on the tasting bench and work it out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Measuring
And take your
cylinders
pick.
and
Yeah.
Yep.
you know, look at a few different percentages of Cabernet and Shiraz and
And then eventually we tend to just agree on most things.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice having two different forces come together and have the same sort of mind when it comes to your taste and flavour of the wine.
Jade and I tend to agree as well. Yeah, well, I'm right and Jade's wrong. That's what
Yeah, I was going to say, you sure
how we
about that, buddy?
usually agree. But, all right, so
Look
we
at
won't bother. Let's grab something we prepared a little bit earlier, and we've decanted this.
We've done something a little special with
Right.
this one.
Probably could have got Eric to grab it, but
Here's
yeah.
one we prepared
That's all
earlier.
right. Let's do
He was
that.
a bit too slow.
Yeah, he was.
Do you want to get him to grab it?
No, it's funnier that we gave him crap about not doing it.
Look at that.
So that's
That's a special decanter, isn't it?
it is. So what we'll start with yourself. What do you think about decanting wine?
I think
Sure.
it's a really
Thank you
great
very
way,
much.
especially when you're opening a wine such as the EOS that's, you know, the top of the range. It's a really good way to give them a splash of air, and you know, they're inside the bottle, trapped in that moment of time that they were bottled without any oxygen.
Yeah.
That,
And a nice
trapped
big
in that moment of time. I
Yeah,
like that. That's nice.
A splash into the decanter kind of just brings it to life, and the same way that we swirl our wine in the
Swirl our
glasses
glasses.
to give it a little bit of air, decanting it does the same thing.
Right.
Beautiful. So we've just
Excellent.
aerated
Well-
it perfectly
We have.
with a gorgeous bottle of wine. What year was the EOS, by the way?
This is our 2016 EOS. So a few years of time in the cellar, tucked away to get some of those more secondary characters that we were talking about earlier. So we'll see what it looks like.
I'm excited. The colour, for starters, is absolutely beautiful.
Why?
It's just got a real deep red tone. There's so
Yeah,
much
it
colour
is.
to it, which is unbelievable. There's so many shades of different red in there, and it's just absolutely gorgeous. Especially when pouring it, it even came out dark and had that flow of different colours, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, beautiful depth to the
It really
colour.
did.
EOS. What's the story behind EOS?
So the EOS is the Greek goddess of the dawn.
The Greek goddess of the dawn.
So our Helios, the straight Cabernet that sits alongside this, is
Right.
the Greek god of sun.
Right.
And then
So
the
we have
EOS,
one of sun and one
the
of
goddess
dawn.
of the
and-
dawn.
Okay.
Excellent. So, colour,
Stunning.
very dark.
Stunning.
Very dark. I haven't got my napkin or
I was
white
about to
plate
look for. I was
do.
looking for a plate. Yes,
But,
I was
um,
looking for something
I
white
don't think we need it because it's
because
extremely
the colour
dark.
in itself just stands out.
How would you describe the colour?
I would describe the colour as like a beautiful sort of red velvet couch that's been sitting in a window getting sun.
Oh,
that is-
oh, how descriptive was that? Oh, I like that.
You've got better per wine, I think, on your descriptions.
Getting more creative every glass.
It is very dark. You can barely see your fingers through it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, there's a beautiful depth to the colour.
Yeah.
It really is. And it's a
And-
whole different shade. It's not just one shade of red. As you turn and change the light, it's so many shades of red. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Smelling it. Now, obviously I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, but smelling it, the fruit has dropped away and I can smell that. I don't like to describe it that way, but the earthy, soily forest floor.
Yes.
Yeah, I stole that off you.
You
but
definitely
yeah,
stole that.
Stole
That's
it off
okay.
you, but it
likes to
has
play
definitely
with
changed in the smell. Obviously, it's
yeah.
aged, and I don't know. I don't think the smell does
Wow.
it justice.
Well,
Got
I
some
don't know if
really
we're gonna
interesting
know.
complexity. You keep smelling it and looking
Yeah, I know.
into it,
And then it changes every time you take
changes
a whiff.
and more
it
things
really
come
does.
out. And
And we've got to say, Trafford's brother, because we don't talk about Trafford much, we talk about Luke more often. He said a really good wine, you can sit there and smell before you taste it, for even after you have tasted it, just keep
Having a
smelling it and you're getting a different
Changes
smell.
every
and-
time.
Yeah.
Beautiful different layers of.
It is. It's
Fragrance
the layered
too.
complexity of the smell, and then
How long would you decant this for?
That's a personal preference, I guess.
that's how organised you are.
Yeah.
Probably longer than me.
Yeah. Do you tend to decant, or are you happy to just pour out the bottle with something like this?
Really depends on the wine. And
Right.
I think this has benefited from having a good hour or so
Yeah.
Little bit
sitting in the
Aeration.
decanter.
Okay. Yep.
I really like decanting something and, you know, pouring a glass at the same time and tasting it then, and then watching it evolve as it you know, gets a little bit more air in the decanter.
Yeah.
If you're that organised, of course. Or wait that long to
If
see
you've got
the
that
evolution.
glass, I'd crack the bottle and have it down in a
Yeah.
minute. So, yeah.
Where I thought you had to drink beer while it was decanting.
Oh
You could
gosh,
drink
no.
like something else.
Talk about
Champagne.
ruin your palate.
No, I thought you'd have.
Chardonnay.
And how long you decant it for is how many beers you have in between. So I'll decant
You'd
that
be
for
real
3
good
beers.
by the time you got to the wine.
Oh, that's
Too
just
funny.
It does. Every time I'm taking a whiff, I'm getting a whiff of something different.
Yeah.
righto. Let's have a taste.
All
'cause
right, are we ready?
Yeah.
Well, let's cheers to the echelon of the wines that we're tasting today.
Cheers.
Echelon.
Thank you very much.
You know what? That's what we came to the Kunawara
Oh,
for.
wow.
Ooh.
I'm getting so many different flavours I can't even pinpoint one. Hang on. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, you're just going to drink? No. too good. I'm not going
This
to
is
I'm
my
not even going to
excuse to drink a
describe
glass
it.
before I decide. Oh my gosh. Okay. So you definitely got that berry and oaky sort of blend there as well, which is really lovely. But again, with that scent, I expected it to grip so hard, to have such a strong punch to it, and it's still quite smooth for the amount of flavour that you get in that glass. How are you feeling?
Oh, this is what we came here for.
I think so.
And I've been surprised today, and to your girls' credit, is they've all been medium-bodied and so elegant and beautiful to drink. And this is no exception. It's that little bit bigger, but
Of course, it's a bigger
it's still not.
flavour all round.
When I smelt it and looked at it, I expected it to be like really in your face, but it's not. It ticks all my boxes. So congratulations to you both.
That is a
And
superb
this one
bottle of
isn't
wine.
up for grabs.
Unfortunately, we're the lucky enough ones to be drinking that one
It's
today.
far too good for a viewer.
Sorry, guys.
How lucky are they?
Wow.
A decent comment
Wow.
to win a bottle.
It's beautiful.
It is so good.
It's so layered in its
It is
flavour.
in every way, and I
You
think
sort of
if
get
I
a
take
wave
another
of,
sip,
you know, that blood plum and then anise
blood plum.
and
like that
that
one.
cocoa, sort of cocoa powder sort of feel and
It actually
flavour.
does.
A little bit of coffee and
Oh, this is next level.
That's next
again.
level wine. That is, yeah.
This is something you pull out when the relatives come over and bring something from
That's
the
a-
barossa.
that's a real
and
show
say
off
this is. And they pour it and you go, hang on a minute.
Let me get.
Or just
You
a can.
obviously like your relatives. You know, bring up the
They're not
You
mine.
like to bring it out for.
They're not my relatives. They're my wife's relatives. On the
we
Italian
love
side.
family.
For the ones
we
who
love
are
Oh, really?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, we do love family.
we love our relatives.
We love to one up them. where
Oh
wine's
yeah,
concerned.
Talking about bringing that out for the Italians, that'd be having a field
Well,
day,
some of
wouldn't
them is a waste on because they just drink anything. But there's a couple that really rate themselves, and they live out north, so they think the Barossa is the Mecca. And we just try to prove them wrong every time they come over.
they? I think we just have.
Once again,
Layers of flavour, density of flavour, but not bulk.
And it's not overpowering. It's not that thing where you get so much flavour at once. It's just indecipherable. It's just every time you take a sip, there's something different.
Balance. Balance is key to great
Yeah.
wine.
I've heard you mention that a lot. Balance.
It's really
Balance is
important.
key
I
by
think
the
so.
sounds of it.
It's really what we focus on
Yeah.
in all of our blending, whether it's at Phoenix level or at EOS
Yeah.
level. We want our wines
Just
to
a
be
balance,
balanced.
and it sounds like you two together create the perfect balance.
Thank you.
So, I'm looking forward to this massive block of cheese that I've been described.
So
It's
yes,
gonna
as
go
far
with
as
it.
pairing goes with something like this, not that you need it because it is a perfect glass, but
Nah,
if
but
you
a
were to
good
pick
cheese is really gonna.
anything.
Yeah.
a good cheese is the way to go. Well, let's do it.
So what cheese have we got? And who chose it?
We thought we'd go with a hard cheese, and it is a cheddar from Warrnambool.
Warrnambool.
So Warrnambool being just over the SA Vic border,
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not too far away.
We're not Victorian
So-
Wine Weekly, but yeah, that's all right.
it's all right.
Sorry
That's
about
all
that.
right, yeah.
We'll let some
But
cheese
you know,
in
it's
there,
sort
no
of
bites.
local-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Channel 31 viewers will appreciate it.
Well,
as
that's
They
right.
will.
won't they?
You'll be able to get that there easily.
Yeah. All right, so I'm really looking forward to this. Let's.
Let's
I
do
like
it.
the idea of a hard cheese. You know, you can just have a piece. You don't always need a cracker or
Yeah.
a biscuit or
Anything
bread
like
or
that.
anything with it. And
I'm
So
going
would
to
you
go
prefer
straight.
a
I'm going
cracker
to go
with it, or are
straight
you going to go
cheese.
straight
No
cheese?
cracker,
I'm thinking
yep.
straight cheese
I'm
too.
thinking straight cheese.
Let's
as
do it.
well.
Absolutely.
You move that out of your way.
That's all right. Grab a little slab of cheese.
All right. Oh, it's good cheese.
Oh yeah.
You expect nothing
Oh,
less.
okay, that's beautiful. Well done, Victoria.
Salty, creamy.
Talk about cover your bases.
That was superb.
You're melting in the corner.
I am, but not to be ungrateful. I would have really liked some chorizo or some meat, something really
Something meaty, a little
not
bit
a
of
steak,
spice or
but something, yeah,
okay.
or a pate, of course. I love pate.
Who doesn't
That's
love a nice
gonna go
pate?
But would Well, you know, I sort of think pate you'd have maybe at the beginning of a meal, maybe, and this isn't necessarily the beginning of a meal.
Oh, I'm not having a meal with
Right.
this.
Oh, you're just.
I'm just
you're
drinking,
just
yeah.
He's just drinking the bottle
Yeah,
and
no,
having
I'm just-
snacks in between to
There's not a
suffice.
lot you have a meal with.
But I'm thinking
This is a trend, I'm sensing.
Yes.
a duck and truffle pate, something really strong.
Okay. You don't think it would take away from
Cheese
the
to
wine?
you. Up at Seafood Ghetto. Yeah, they've got a really good nice one.
I hear you. I actually know exactly where you're
Yeah,
talking about.
The down south coast.
Yeah, but they've got a really nice Berkey's, it is, duck and truffle pate.
I'll pop in and grab some.
They've got some really good cheese. I don't know if they've got any of their Warrnambool vintage, but
That's quite nice.
what do you think about
I
that?
wouldn't be against that pairing. I do like a nice cheese with a nice wine. I
Oh,
mean,
it
it's
is.
definitely a nice cheese with
Isn't
a
it?
very nice wine.
I'm not sure we got enough.
You don't reckon?
No, I'm not sure we got enough cheese to go.
Save some for the picnic basket for when we go to the footy.
Righto, yeah.
That's it, with our Smith chips and our good bottle
And
of
our,
wine.
and our,
Happy
and our
days.
Phoenix Cabernet can get brought out again.
I'll tell you what, I'm pretty keen to come to the footy if you're bringing the EOS.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, so when you're having the footy, yeah, I'll be there too. Thanks very much.
Well, I can't
No, that's
believe.
beautiful. I mean, honestly, the wine does not need a pairing, as we said. It's stunning on its own. But I'm quite happy.
It was a good cheese to pair with it.
It
though,
was a
wasn't
good cheese. It really was.
So,
In fact,
girls,
I might do another.
fantastic to have you both on the show.
Thank
And-
you very much. And thanks for sharing one of your amazing creations. That is something else to end on. Really is.
It is. I like the projects.
Thank you so much
I-
for visiting.
Yeah,
I-
the projects are gorgeous. They
projects-
are really, unique.
And
Unique
I
to
like-
you.
Thank
Yeah.
And I love the fact that everything was elegant and medium bodied. If I'd written the script for myself, it would have been that. So
Medium bodied all the way through.
Yeah, like myself. Not quite. Maybe a bit more like Jade, but thanks very much.
Thank you,
And
guys.
I look forward to coming back and trying the next project.
Definitely.
I'm inviting myself. But yeah.
Thank you very much.